Hello. In this video, you will learn about ACDI reporting post-processing, what it is, and how you can use it. Let's try an example of a simple report. Based on data received from eDirectory snapshots. This report will show data about users, and it will show if you need to do some actions due to a login expiration date coming close. So, here you have one entity for users, some filters, and a list of result table attributes. Let's check one of the user entities. You can see that some attributes are in a human-readable format, and some aren't. And if you want to change it, for example, transform the date string into a readable format, define or change the order of days, months, etc., or change values from numeric codes to descriptions and words, you need to use post-processing. For example, the attribute login expiration time stores the date in a date string format. Year, month, day, hour, minutes, seconds, and time zone. But what if you need to create a report that you will run, for example, on a weekly or monthly basis, and which will show users whose login will expire in a preset time period in the next week or next month? For this, post-processing is at your disposal. Let's see how it works. In Report Editor, there is a tab called Post-Processing, where you can add all your JavaScript functions, which will be implemented to filter values or to values in the resulting report. You are able to paste in the function value, which is a value of an attribute Excel itself, record, which is a full record in the JSON format, and context, the main context of an operation. A field with the custom name record has been prepared beforehand for this video. You can use any other name for additional attributes. Let's see what the record will look like. For this purpose, a function that will return a string with the record was created and added here. Okay. To enable post-processing, you need to select the function. Enable post-processing. And if you want to put a record as a function argument, the feature pass full record object to the post-process function must be enabled. Let's look at the report. Here you have only 7 objects. Matching the criteria from the query. Let's run the report. You see now what JSON with the entity objects looks like. It can help you in further creating post-processing functions. You can also see that the login expiration time is in a raw format. In order to add a separator between years, months, days, hours, and minutes, you need to create a custom post-processing function. Right now, in this video, the one prepared beforehand will be used. The function requires only one argument value and works by transforming a string into a new format. Let's implement this function. Save, and run the report. Here are the results. Now the date string is much more readable and nice looking compared to what was previously. Okay, but how can you add a custom attribute, a custom field, or a custom column that will show you if you need or don't need to do some actions? Again, let's use the post-processing. There is one small nuance. Post-processing transforms properties of a record object one by one, in the order of a list you have in result table attributes. This means that if you apply data transformation, data post-processing, to your record in one attribute, the next attribute will contain a modified record. Let's see what it looks like after the record object in the login expiration time attribute has been updated. Here you see that there is already a value for the appropriate key, login expiration time. In the post-processed format, so the data has already been transformed. But it is also to see that the object was extended with a JSON string that contains a basic, unchanged record. And in the new post-processing function, you can use either the already modified data or the raw. The JavaScript function, which will add a note with a conclusion for the current user, has been prepared. It will show you if next month there will be users whose logins are expiring. Thanks to this function, you will get data about the number of days before the login expiration, or a message that a login has already expired. Let's implement this post-processing function to a custom field named conclusion. The post-processing and the pass full record object to the post-processing function feature are enabled. This is because you need another attribute for this functionality. Let's save and run the report. Today's date is the 18th of December. And a login for this user will expire in 29 days. This one will expire in about a month or later. And some logins have already expired. For the expired logins, you need to decide either to extend or archive them. Maybe you need to do some other actions. This is one of the clear and simple ways you can use post-processing. The other ones are for attributes that contain numeric values, like the XML state of drivers. Let's check driver state changes in the dashboard. As you can see here, there were some state changes for drivers during the last week. And changes appear with changes in numeric values of statuses. Of course, you can memorize and decode what each number means, but much easier will be to transform these numbers into a readable format using post-processing. You can check it in the default netiq audit driver status report. It is transformed into a readable format. And we can check what the post-processing function looks like. One of the options where post-processing can be used is a linkage between two different entities, such as NRF requests. You see that the list of approvers is stored inside of an XML string. And you need to parse DN to link it with a user from the same snapshot. In addition, it can be stored in the CSV format or inside a JSON string. You can find how it works in the netiq role request report. Let's open the report graph. And here it is to see what one main object request is linked to different entities. If some entities contain attributes with strict DN, there are also some attributes that contain DN inside XML or JSONs. Okay, the post-processing was used from one side to parse DN from XML. And it also can be used to create regular expressions to be able to parse from different DN formats. From formats with DN, and from /format. We go into detail about how to do it in the video about entities in reports. So, post-processing is a powerful tool in ACDI that allows you to create flexible reports. Thank you for your attention and take care.